Greetings class, Dr. Ramos here again. We're on week 3 of Kin 303. I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of work due this week. But don't worry, I'm going to help you through all of the information, all of the content that you're going to need to get through. And I'm also going to try to make it as easy as possible. I know there's a lot on your plate, but together we're going to get through this, alright? So you're going to have 3 chapters to go over this week. Chapter 5, 6, and 7. Chapter 5, Philosophy of Physical Activity. Chapter 6, History of Physical Activity. And Chapter 7, Sociology of Physical Activity. And obviously they're in your Blackboard learning activities page. It gives you the pages that you should kind of focus on. So, you don't have to maybe read the whole chapter, but just kind of cover those main pages. From there, you have quiz 3, you have a reflection, your second reflection, and then also a cap. So we're going to get into that a little bit just so that we're all on the same page. And then if you have any questions, obviously you're going to reach out to me, all right? All right, so quiz 3 is going to be the same as the other quizzes. 10 questions, true or false, multiple choice, except it's going to cover chapters 5, 6, and 7. So again, you don't have a time limit, but you only have one attempt. Now getting into our second reflection of the course, or second discussion board, it has to do with increasing physical activity, and I know I've touched upon this subject a little bit in my previous lectures, but here we're gonna just strictly focus on this. And I actually like this reflection because it lets you be creative, it lets you use resources and just kind of come up with your own idea of how we can increase physical activity as a society. So as it says in the overview here, this week's chapter and lecture address how kinesiology affects psychological, historical, and sociological factors of life. And some researchers are saying that our current society is set up so that we can be as sedentary as we want. In no other period of history have we had the technology and the commodities to, still make a living and not be as physically active as in previous times. So, like it says here, there's no doubt that technology has improved our efficiency, but at what cost, right? So, your initial post, again, should be done by Thursday, a minimum of 250 words. And here you're going to try to come up with a creative and effective way to promote an increase in physical activity in our country. So it says, be as detailed as possible, address potential barriers like costs of the machine, where it can be implemented, potential issues, who can and can't participate, and how realistic is the potential for change. And then defend your answer. Think of questions that people are going to ask you when you present this. So your initial post is due by Thursday. Your 2 responses to your classmates is going to be due on Sunday again. Minimum of 100 words. And for the most part, you guys have been doing great on your responses. You guys are really coming up with creative and thoughtful commentary, really good questions. And I think this reflection really lends itself for that, to come up with really good questions about, hey, how would you actually implement that in, let's say, a campus or a workplace? So I'm excited to see the discussions for this week. There's a quick video clip here of what Russia did actually during the Sochi Olympics to kind of get people in that setting of just trying to increase physical activity. So it's sorry for it being in all Russian, like all of the writing is in Russian, but you'll get the gist of what the whole plan of this little device was. So take a look at that, all right? Okay, so moving on to Cap 2, Professional Organizations and Interview with a Professional. So here you're going to start to see that each cap is going to start ramping up to guide you to complete a full-on critical assignment. And this cap here is tasking you to choose 3 professional organizations that align with your career path. And what you're going to do is create a PowerPoint. And like it tells you right here, you're going to have 2 slides for each of these professional organizations. You're also going to have a title slide. So in total, you're going to have 7 slides, okay? So if by the time you're done with your PowerPoint presentation, you have less than 7, then you did something wrong, okay? You have to have 7. Let me give you a little example of what that's supposed to look like. So there's the title page, right? And there is our first professional organization, and you have to summarize the importance of it. A few bullet points is fine. Pertinent information, as you see here, there's email, phone number, website, and then at the bottom there, the last point, it shows the yearly fee. The first bullet point actually points out, the inception of the professional organization. So, that's going to be the main points you want to hit on this slide. And then at the end, the benefits of being part of this organization. So you're going to do that for each professional organization that you research. Let's see. So again, you're gonna need that as you move on to your critical assignment. So make sure you do a good job on it, because you will use that later on. Part 2 is where you have to do an interview of professional that's in your field, or the field that you want to join. And obviously it's not going to be something you're going to do in person right now, but because of all of the different options you have as far as telecommunication, this shouldn't be too difficult. I think the main thing is going to be that you need to get on this right away. You need to contact either an old professor, someone at your work where you currently work, someone where you did an internship that is in the field that you want to join, and ask them if you can interview them. You can do that through Zoom, through Google Hangouts, through FaceTime, however you want to do it. And then you want to record it. Make sure that you ask them, that you ask permission to record it. And you want to have at least 10 questions, and make sure that everything's being recorded. You asking them the question, them answering it. And if it can also work out as an audio recording, that's fine. I don't mind that. But with having Zoom and everything else, I think you can do a video recording of this without any problems. So if I were you, I'd write out those questions, email it to them, so they're kind of have something prepared for when you do the actual interview. And so what you're going to submit is a Word document with the questions, the answers, and then a reflection. And the reflection, like it states here, should be at least 1 page where you summarize the findings, the experience, address topics like, did you learn anything new about your career interests? What are some pros and cons to the job? Is this career you're still interested in? And remember that you're asking for insight that you can't get out of a textbook or an internet search. And I think that's the most critical part about this assignment, because it's meant for you to kind of start networking and getting that vital information that you may not get from a textbook, that you may not be able to read on a website. But it's just kind of the day-to-day stuff that goes on in being, let's say, a coach, a professor, an athletic trainer, those kind of things. So yeah, like it says at the bottom, people, even though they're quarantined, they might still be pretty busy. So make sure you get ahead of the game and start asking as soon as you can to make this appointment, so that you can get your stuff done. All right, that's all I got for you. Again, if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm available. And yeah, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.